Hey guys, what's going on? Troy at Mountain Man Treasure here, and today some really cool sales to talk about, including two items that I spent a total of $5 on and sold for more than $150.
Mountain Man, Mountain Man.
Treasures.
Welcome into the show. My name is Troy. I'm a reseller in Montana. I go to garage sales and estate sales. I go to thrift stores. I buy stuff and then I sell it again online. Mostly that happens on eBay. So we're going to take a look today at 2 days of sales out of my eBay store, and a really nice mix of stuff. That tends to be how it works out of my store. If you happen to be new to the channel, we've got a lot of people that are at least newer to the channel, almost 1,000 new subscribers over the last month or so, which is awesome. We're almost to 15,000 subs, so very, very cool. Hopefully, we should hit that by Halloween. I'm hoping. And speaking of just an early promo, we've got a new channel launching, hopefully, on Halloween night. And if you've been tuned into the channel in the past, you know that for the last couple of years, I've decided to do something completely non-reselling, but go and essentially lock myself into a haunted, or at least purportedly haunted location, and I make a video about it. We put it on the channel and we premiere it on Halloween night. It's a lot of fun. I know a lot of you like that. Well, it doesn't really fit on the channel, so I created a new channel. There's no garage sales in Montana in the winter, but there probably are some ghosts. So we'll put that up over there. That way you can head on over there if you're interested in that. But for now, let's look at the reselling. Interesting mix of stuff going out today. My store is so it's crazy. There's no theme. I guess that's the theme. REM Accelerate. This is a really cool set. Actually, it's got a DVD in here and a CD. So this one that I think one of the ones that we had a viewer send us when they shut down their shop, sent us some music DVD sets, and this one of them, and it's sold actually internationally. It's going to Australia. $37.62 Australian dollars for that. We've got Mega Man, the Legacy Collection. Picked this up just this last weekend. I paid up for it because I got a better deal on some of the other stuff that I got there. And so by the time I bundled it with everything, I mean, the tag price was $4. Okay, and so even at that, I was like, you know what? The sell-through is there. I'll make a couple bucks really easily. But by the time I bundled it in with everything else, I probably really only paid $1 or $2 for it. And it sold for $9.98 plus shipping really quickly. Another video game for the Nintendo 3DS, Super Smash Brothers. Picked this up in North Carolina, actually. And this one sold for $9.98 plus shipping. Viewer sale. Ooh, I almost spilled it out right there. Dropped it on the floor. The Alice Cooper Show. Not a real high dollar cassette by any means, but you guys have heard me say it. I like listing cassette tapes when there is some value and they're cool titles. And this one actually going to a viewer. Jesse said met Alice Cooper the other day, and he's a really nice guy, and so wanted to pick something up out of the store. So that's really cool. So Jesse, thanks so much. $3 plus shipping for that. Let's get this one out of the way. American Girl. I don't know much about the dolls. I know some of them sell, and some of them sell for good money. I'm not good enough to know which ones, but that meant that I was pretty sure when I picked this up at an estate sale, a buck or two, that it was going to be pretty good. I had a good feeling about it. You know, it's American Girl. It's in great shape. It comes in the sleeve. A lot of times when books come in the sleeve, they're worth picking up. And so I took a chance on it, and it sold in, I don't know, about 3 weeks or so. $19.49 plus shipping. Here we've got a couple of vintage Gerber slip-on shirts. Pretty cool. I picked these are pretty old. I don't know that they're a full year old, but they're pretty old. I remember getting them at an estate sale. I got 3 of them, and so it was a quantity listing. One sold on its own pretty quickly after I listed it, and then these actually just sold to the same person. You would think sometimes these vintage things are worth quite a lot of money. These, not so much. The sell-through just isn't there. So they were listed at a pretty decent price, and somebody came in and bought 2 of them. So the pair of Gerber shirts going out for $9.96 plus shipping. We've got, well, let's do her with her extra set of glasses. This has been sitting around. I picked this up at a garage sale last summer. I remember because I picked up a bunch of Monster High stuff there, and all of them moved out relatively quickly. She just hung around. I wasn't sure why, but eventually she found a buyer. I mean, a good example, people ask me, how long do you leave stuff listed in your store? I list it and forget it, quite honestly. There's probably a few things, or more than a few, that are 5 years old that I should probably go through and realize that maybe wasn't worth buying or listing, and call those out of the store. But for the most part, I just leave it in there, and eventually I think most of it finds a buyer. This one did $45.49 plus shipping. I'm willing, it's all profit. I'm willing to wait for a year with that in a tote. Doesn't take up any room. 45 bucks. Yes, sir. Here we've got some Motorola Talkabout 250s. These are walkie-talkies. Cool to get the set. I'm pretty sure I paid $5 or $10 for the set. I think it was $5 for the set. They work. They already got the batteries in them. These will sell just individually. You can sell just one of them. There are not a lot of listings where they're selling both of them. And so I had an advantage over the other listings. I actually just listed this earlier this week. I picked these up this summer and finally pulled them out of a death pile tote, decided to list them, and they sold quickly. $42.24 plus shipping. I think that an offer. I sent like a 5-6% offer, something like that, and they took it. Here we got another Montana State jersey. The Cats are doing well this year, and so people are buying their stuff. This is actually a youth size. Not as good. It says, Bobcat fan on the back or something, just number one. It's not like the one that we sold the other day that was actually stitched in a vintage jersey. But when a team is doing well, people are looking for their stuff. And so this one sold in a couple of weeks after listing it, despite it being a youth size, $14.81 plus shipping. We got, well, let's take this one. This is pretty cool. This is an international sale. You see, it's got the Tonka sticker there. A little beat up. I like these old pressed steel toys, though. And it still works. The conveyor belt, we're missing some stickers. And like I said, a little banged up. But it's cool. And you can see it does still work. And I pulled this out of my pressed steel bin. I have several trucks in there that I still need to get to. But listed this one within the last week or so. And it's actually going to go international. It's going to head up to Canada. And this 60s piece, super cool, 80 years old, $36.18 Canadian. So I will take that to move it out that quickly. Bass Pro Shops. Bass Pro Shops does well for me. This is a vintage hat still with the tag. Unfortunately, it does have a little bit of a dent right there. It did whenever I picked it up. It looks like it was stored with something poking into it there, and the foam just sort of retained that. That's certainly something that you could train out of it or restore it and get out of it. And I did price it down because of that a little bit. $9.98 plus shipping for that. And then we got a couple puppets. These things have a decent sell-through rate. Not great, but they sell pretty well. I picked this up from the sale where everything was crazy. Like they wanted $10 for a used hat, stuff like that, where the prices were super high. It was basically a pop-up Poshmark closet is what happened. But I wanted to get something out of there. I did buy a couple things. I bought a mug, I bought a CD, and I bought 4 of these guys because I thought they were cool, and I had a hunch that they would be worth something. And so I picked up some watchers on these, actually. I listed them a week or two ago, something like that. And I picked up watchers, so I sent out an offer, I believe it was last night, and made the sale on 2 of them. $13.43 plus shipping for each of them. So, we're, $26, $27 or so for the pair. I paid $5 a piece. So there's not a ton of money there, but it was a cool thing to add. And like I said, it was one of those sales where it was sort of a mission of, I'm going to find something here. I did. And let's finish it up with another day's sales going on out. Some nice sales. Here we've got Vortex Optics. They make binoculars and scopes and stuff like that, hunting, outdoors type of thing. And their stuff does sell for me okay. It takes a while, but it's a cool hat. And this one sold for $14.65 plus shipping. We've got over here Oakley. Oakley sells pretty well as well. Visor, still new, beautiful shape. and this one sold for $18 plus shipping. And then we've got a really cool hat. This came from Frizzy's Finds, I believe, was in the hat box that I bought for them off of Whatnot. And it's a red stripe hat. Pretty cool hat. I like this one. And it seems to be relatively rare. There are only a handful, even remotely like this one, as I recall, when I was looking for comps. And I ended up taking an offer on this one. I think I could have held out and got closer to $20 for it eventually. But it was a fair offer. And it was cool to ship something to New Zealand. That's where this one's heading. $15 plus shipping for that. Back here, let's do this one. Soap, the complete series. Got this at an estate sale where we are already in the profit. I think I paid $1 for the thing, and it sold for $15.60 plus shipping. Stephen King, The Wind Through the Keyhole. This is a Dark Tower novel, Dark Tower series, hardcover. Got this at an estate sale for $1. $15.59 plus shipping. I'll take it. This one's a lower dollar, and it's upside down. How about that? Led Zeppelin, Presence. This is a good album, good cassette, and I like selling cassette tapes. This one sold for $4.99 plus shipping. Sold another Costco. How about Cutco? Much better. Cutco knife. And this one, it's got the tortoiseshell look on there, the orange swirls in the handle. This one was H. I have them all individually listed in there because the swirls are different on every one. Each of these selling now is 100% profit after buying a set of 12. Paid $100 for the set of 12. And now they sell between about $29 and $32, just depending on the offer that I send or if they sell full price, that sort of thing. And so all profit at this point. The Cutco knife, $30 plus shipping. Let's go over here. Let's do this real quick first. Notre Dame, this is really cool. Look at this. It is on a Swingster tag, made in the USA, XL. Fantastic. Keep an eye out, guys. If you're newer to this, you don't realize, you don't do clothes a lot. These old, they're called satin jackets. You know, it's got the buttons. You'll want to make sure that the buttons aren't all scratched up. You know, the paint will get scratched off of these things pretty easily. And this one does have, might be on the other sleeve. There were a few small stains on the cuff of the sleeve, but otherwise, it's in really nice shape. And I picked this up at a sale for $4. And I mean, that was a screaming deal. I knew that it would do well, even in an off year. You know, they're not doing well this year, but still, it's Notre Dame. They have a huge fan base, and it's the right look. Really cool jacket. And it sold on an offer that I accepted, $52 plus shipping. I think a student over there actually is the one that bought it. I had an offer actually from another student that says, hey, I'm a student. I'd love to wear it on campus. My budget, though, is only $40. You know, I'm sorry. I had it listed closer to $60, willing to take an offer. And so that one came in $52. Don't want to forget back here, My Little Pony. Look at that. We're selling more of these. See, there's some discoloration just like the others that we found if you've been watching our What Sold Lately, but you can see even upside down. It's made in Hong Kong. So this was one of the first My Little Ponies coming out. And so even in a little bit rough shape, they will still sell. And not for as much, but they're still going to sell. So Medley Pegasus going out the door for $4.99 plus shipping. This was a $1 investment. This came out of a $1 bin. And I didn't realize quite how good it was until I got it home and looked it up. It's Kershaw, and it's a speed safe, but Kershaw is the brand name. That's what you want to watch out for. This doesn't actually go, I don't think, with this particular knife, but it was in there as well. This, look at that. It's a super cool, like a rainbow pattern. And this is a Ken Onion design. That's the name of the guy. It'll be on, I think it's on there somewhere. There it is, Ken Onion design. And you can see it's like that purple, teal, metallic rainbow color. And it carries onto the blade. You can see it right there. I don't need to take it out one-handed and cut my finger off. It's on the blade as well. It's a beautiful knife. And guys, Kershaw is a brand to watch for, and stuff that looks like this, you know? I mean, it's not a typical basic pocket knife. That is a really rare pattern. People look for that Ken Onion design. They look for that metallic rainbow. I had to go on Terapeak to find one like it because there weren't any sold comps on eBay over the last 90 days. This thing, you guys, is a killer. It sold for $114. Now, it's free shipping, but this is going to go out once I package it up at the maybe 4-ounce rate, but probably 8. Once I pack it up, so you want to make sure you pack that thing up nice, but 8-ounce rate on a $1 knife for $114.
Very happy with those 2 days of sales, things going very well in the old eBay store. And I did, by the way, happen to get to the post office the other day. I'm terrible about checking my P.O. box. I went to the post office and decided, I better check, and I remembered the key. And I had 4 boxes waiting for me. So apologies. And they were all ducks. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And I just wanted to thank, we've got, we got here, Heather sent in some ducks, and Heather sent a sticker as well. Dare to Dream Big 1313. So that's very cool. I've got it inside the baggie here, but that's a very cool sticker. That's probably going to go on a bin here shortly. Maybe we put it on the duck bin, actually. So Heather, thanks so much for that. Right into the duck bin. I took it down so that I could remember all these. Then we've got some from Gloria here, from Big Bull Falls Picker. Picking and flipping for you. So very cool. Sent me a business card. It's got, I think, contact information on there. I don't want to put that out there for everybody. Thank you so much. And she said she appreciates what we do for charities. And so that's very kind of you. 10% of every duck that we sell out of the store goes to the Gary Sinise Foundation. They work to help support wounded first responders and veterans. And the ducks that you all send, we put 20% going to the Gary Sinise Foundation. So very cool. Thank you so much. And these ducks, incidentally, all now listed in the store. So we do have new ducks in the store. This one came from Teresa and Corey. So more ducks coming from them. They're at Grams and Pops Vintage. They have an eBay store, but they also have a YouTube channel. So if you're looking for something to add to your playlist, go check them out. And we got a massive pile of them from Chris. Chris, thanks so much. It was a 6x6x6 box, all packed with ducks. It was duck full. So thank you so much. Again, all of these now listed as well. I've been working hard to list these ducks. Chris, again, man, thank you so much, all of you guys. Thank you for sending those. That's not something that certainly you have to do, but I sure appreciate you supporting the channel and supporting the Gary Sinise Foundation, something that I think is a really cool organization and something that we're incidentally helping with a charity calendar. I'm Mr. June. So if you want a reseller calendar, it's going to be sent out at the very end of the year. You should get it right at the front end of the year. I'll put the link down below in the description so you can go and purchase it there. I believe it's $20. You can also buy a day on the calendar. I've been seeing a lot of people have been doing that, which is really cool. You can buy a day on all of the calendars for $5. So, or, you just donate that way as well. All of the proceeds coming from that calendar going to the Gary Sinise Foundation. There's a lot of people that you're going to know in there, and I don't want to spoil it. So we don't want to tell you what the pictures are already, but they're a lot of fun. So go check it out, the charity calendar, everything going to support the wounded veterans and first responders through the Gary Sinise Foundation. Guys, thank you so very much for hanging out with me today. If you haven't, subscribe, hit the bell, hit the thumb, do all the YouTube things that you do. And then tomorrow, we've got a garage sale video. We've got Dave, the NC picker, NC flipper, and world's best cooker guy on YouTube. That's his 3rd channel. Now, Dave is an overachiever. He's featured in these as well. It's going to be a fun set of videos. Go check that one out again on Saturday is when we're putting that one up. And I think we'll probably do a What Sold video on Sunday. It's going to be a busy weekend. Hope to see you there.